Peace, family. Assalamu alaikum. It's your big brother Fahiym, back once again with another great bill from the M.G.C network. Today I want to talk a little bit about what makes black people so special on this planet. And there's a thing in our bodies that's produced called melanin. Today I just want to talk about melanin a little bit and some of the studies that we've gotten in the Nation of Islam that, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, tells us the reason why pretty much we're Muslims and why he said that our own self is a righteous Muslim. What is righteousness and how is righteousness established in the human being or, in our day-to-day lives. So, melanin and the way our brains and our bodies are created really plays a major function or major role rather in that, expression of ourselves. One of the books that I had that I wanted to build on was a very good book. This was one of my books that by research scientist Carol Barnes. The foreword is by Dr. Richard King, one of our renowned black scientists in the black community. But this book right here, man, is like one of my best. I have several books on melanin, but if y'all don't have this book, family, you need to get it. I think I seen one video where I seen Dr. Ali Muhammad held up this book one time, and I think it was another scholar as well, one of our scholars. And as soon as I seen them held that book up, I already knew, yeah, they going deep. They go, because this thing breaks down everything that you need to know about melanin and what it is, its chemical composition. But just, in the introduction, the brother, he gives you, what melanin is. And he's just telling you, in the black human being, he says black human beings are blessed by nature and that they are endowed with a highly functional chemical that relates essentially in all bodily functions and activities. The black human is distinguished from other human species in that he or she tends to have a higher number of organs and bodily systems that contain high concentrations of a chemical that is black in color. This chemical is called melanin and is responsible for manufacturing and sustaining life. Melanin is located in important areas of the human body, or the human being's, black human body. Of course, in your central nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, peripheral or the outlying surface nervous system of the nervous system, or the diffuse neuroendocrine glands systems, the viscerous, major internal glands. It basically, melanin is what, strengthens our organs and enlivens the human being. Of course, drugs and things like that, he mentions in this book, are toxic to melanated human beings because they weigh more heavily on us in terms of destroying our bodies than it does individuals on this planet who have a lack of melanin. In here, he mentions, about, he says, the white, he talks about white people or albino. He says, the albino has a number of body defects due to the lack of genetics to produce euromelanin or eumelanin. their melanocytes or melanosomes and mast cells, etc., do not contain the proper catalyst concentration, chemical reactivity, and or other electrical charges needed to produce significant levels of eumelanin in various melanin centers throughout their bodies. They produce a less effective lower molecule weight melanin called phenomelanin, which is a phenotype, or some people say pseudomelanin, some scientists. Therefore, their organs and systems which depend upon melanin to work effectively do not operate well and may suffer numerous disorders such as rapid aging, cancer, poor physical and mental capabilities, low morals, racism, etc. That's interesting. It's like, and he's not being racist now in writing this, because what he's showing you is that the lack of melanin in the Caucasian man is what disconnects him from this universe and from this planet. He has no regard for human life. You know, this is the reason why, like Brother Malcolm X said, everywhere the Caucasian man has went on this planet, he's caused pain, suffering, and death. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the same thing, you know, pain, suffering, and death. Under that cross is what he established everywhere he went on this earth. So, because he has a lack of melanin, it disconnects him from this universe. What binds everything in this universe together. It's almost like a web. Like when they speak about the ethers, they're antennae. It's like a web. So once you're caught in that web or fixated within that circle or cipher of existence, now you draw. You can draw in from this universe and this planet. Because melanin, as I mentioned before, has the highest absorption rate in the brain. Your eumelanin or neuromelanin. Like I said, the Caucasian man, his brain cannot produce eumelanin or neuromelanin. It produces a phenotype or pseudomelanin or a synthetic brand of melanin. So again, this is what causes him to act in all types of different, idiosyncrasies and, just strange behaviors and stuff like that. So this is what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad focused on when he said the black man is God by nature, or the black man is righteous by nature. The black man has a natural inclination towards doing righteousness because in his brain, the eumelanin and neuromelanin, which floats around those major glands, the pineal and the pituitary glands, which are in the center of the brains, he's able to interact with the universe and everything in existence. The Caucasian man, this is the reason why religion is not really for black people. Religion is really for white people. White people have to be put in a system or bound to a system to where every day, okay, it's time to pray, go pray. Okay, it's time to eat, go eat. Okay, it's time to give charity, go get, because by nature, they're not going to do that naturally. They weren't made to do that naturally. They were made to have a disregard. So we're going to be coming back and we're going to build more on this melanin. I just wanted to give just a little taste test, but when we look at melanin, as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad explained it or taught it to us, it deals with our righteousness. It deals with the levels of melanin, the high sums and levels of melanin that are produced in the brain, in the 7.5 ounce of brain. So this is what makes us Muslims. The white man is not a Muslim by nature. He's not a Muslim. The messenger said the white man cannot make Hajj. He cannot make pilgrimage. I'm not talking about the physical pilgrimage going to Mecca over in the east and circumventing around the Kaaba. And I'm not talking about that type of pillar. The white man can go anywhere he wants to go. Like in our lessons, how many of this useful land is used by the colored man? How much of this useful land is used by the original man? I mean, the original man, this is dealing not just on a physical level, but on a mental and spiritual level. There's places that the Caucasian man cannot go. Certain physicists like, Albert Einstein or Neil Bohr or what's the one that rides around in the wheelchair? Stephen Hawking. I mean, a lot of these physicists, scientists, mathematicians, isn't it a coinky dink how most of them are kind of, have some sort of bodily, deficient issue going on with themselves? What do you think brings that on? When they try to tap into other areas of thinking that they have no business in. They have no business going there. They destroy themselves by doing that. Only the original man is able to tap into certain sciences, high sciences. The science of the universe and how this whole universe began. The Caucasian man, certain things he can't deal with. I read a biography one time on Albert Einstein that said that he would pass out. Like he'd be doing a theorem, or formula on the board, and getting too deep, going into the science and trying to go past the Big Bang and see how the universe, and he'd pass out. Real talk. A lot of physicists and scientists who I've studied, and I've looked at that, and that's really, really interesting. So, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that the white man is not a Muslim by nature. He's one by faith. He can be a Muslim by faith. He's my Muslim brother in faith. If he submits to do the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he submits to do my will, then yeah, he's my brother in faith. But by nature, they're a different human being. Different from the Aboriginal people of the planet Earth. The original Muslims. So, with that being said, family, we'll come back and build on this some more. It's just a little taster, a little appetizer. But inshallah, we'll definitely be coming back with more builds on this melanin, because just know, when you study with the 5%ers, and I'm talking about the 5% Nation of Islam, the Muslim gods, when you study with us, Muslim equals melanin and righteousness. All three of those words are synonymous. Muslim, righteous person, and melanin, those three words are synonymous with each other according to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So once we understand that, we understand the whole meaning now, or the reasons why the messenger called us Muslims to begin with. So with that being said, family, I will return. We will be back. Hit that subscribe button. This is a teacher-student channel for educators and students only. If you're coming to learn the science of these 120 lessons and the true teachings of Master Fard Muhammad, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Father, Brother Clarence 13X, subscribe to our channel. There'll be more to come. With that being said, I'll leave the brotherhood as I came in the greeting words of peace. We said in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods.